Hey, what up YouTube? Alright guys, so in the last video we worked on setting up our project within Android Studio. Alright, so where we left off was we created the project and then created some of our global resources like the colors, and then I also showed you how you can add a couple of strings so that you can access them globally. So today we're just going to work on designing the main landing page, the main activity. Well, it's called the main activity within Android. That's how they refer to it, but think of it as a main landing page. So basically when you open your app, this will be the main page that loads up at when the app boots up. So we're just going to design this particular page today, and then we're going to add two buttons that's going to take us to the either to the registration activity or the login activity. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove this background color here. Oh, actually before we do that, let me show you something. So this folder here is called a drawable folder. So in here, this is where we're going to add a number of resources that we're going to use on the app. So for example, like images and logos and icons. And then we're also going to design the buttons that we're going to use. So you will see how we can create resource files to design those particular buttons. So before removing this color, I'm first going to add the images that we're going to need, or that we're going to use as a background for our app. Right, so like I showed you in the previous video, I have these two illustration files here, and then let me just quickly open them up. So we got this one here. This is going to be the background image of our main activity, and then this one is slightly different. As you can see, this pinkish or purple, this light pink color is displaying at the top here. So this is going to be for the registration, login, and the profile page. So but for this one is going to be for the main activity, and then obviously this image here is also going to be for the main activity, and then this one for the other two the two other activities. Alright, so what we need to now do is I'm going to copy this image here. Right, after copying it, we're going to come back to Android Studio, and then here within the drawable folder, this is where we're going to paste it. So I'm just going to paste it there, and then I'm also going to rename it, because in Android you have to use lowercase, and then you use let me just show you. So this is going to be main bg img, right? So this is the convention. Don't use camel case because it's going to give you issues. So just use lowercase and then space them out. If you want to space out the naming, just use underscore for that. Then I'm going to click OK. Right, and then what's the other one? I'm gonna then copy this one as well, and then paste it there. Right, I'm gonna do the same thing. So this one is gonna be second, also let me just say alt img. That should be fine. And I'm gonna click OK, and then I'm also gonna add the other two illustrations. So it's going to be this one here, okay. Then I'm going to name it let me just say main, let me just call it main act. Let me just say main act image, right? Okay, and then the other one is going to be, I'm just going to call this alt act image. Alright, so I'm only doing this one by one because I didn't name these files. So I just wanted to show you as well as to how you can add some of these resources within this drawable folder. Okay, so we've added the images that we're going to be using. The other thing that I'm going to add within here is two resource files. So I'm going to have to click on the drawable folder, and then I'm going to have to say new, and then drawable resource folder. So make sure you select that, right? And then this is going to be let's see, let me just say main btn styling, right? And then we're gonna, this is going to be, actually I'll show you how to change that, and then all we have to do now is click OK, and then in there it's gonna create a resource file like this one. So now what we're going to do in here is basically create a background styling for our buttons. So how we're going to do that is we're going to change the tag here from select to shape, right? And then after doing that, we then now come in here, and then we're going to add a couple of tags as the attributes for the shape. So the first one is going to be corners, right? And then we're going to say radius, and then we're going to give this a radius of 7 dp, right? And then that should be fine. And then now we're going to give it a background color. So for that, we're going to have to say solid, and then we say Android color. So remember, we have created our global colors. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to say add color, and then we're going to select that one that says tropical blue. And then as you can see, there we have the tropical blue color. And then after that, we're going to say solid, sorry, not solid, we're going to say what's the other one, stroke. So we're going to say stroke, hold on, there's a stroke here. And then from there on, we're going to say we're going to give it number one a color, and then we can select dark purple yellow, dark royal purple, and then the width is going to be, let's just say 1 dp, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so now we're going to create a secondary color now. So for that, we're going to come back again, we're going to click drawable, and then say new, and then drawable resource file, and then again we're going to say alt btn styling, and then we're just going to click OK. It's going to create that file. We're going to do the same thing where we say shape. Actually, if we want to, we can even copy what we did in here and then just paste it in here. The only difference is that we will change the color. So for instead of tropical blue, we're going to say I think I said plain purple, and then the border is going to stay as dark royal purple, the width and stroke is going to be the same, so, and then the radius as well is going to be the same. So we're going to save that, and then we're done. Okay, so now we are back on the main activity now. So this is the main activity, and then as you can see, it has this welcome text message. Let's leave it as it is for now. Actually, you know what, let's remove it. I'm gonna remove it, right? And then here where it says Android background, remember we chose to give it a purple background, so we're gonna change this from that, right? And then we're gonna say add drawable. So as you can see, it can pick it up. So now remember, our main background is going to be main bg image, which is this one here. And then we save that, and then as you can see, that's our background. And then remember, we're now going to add an image here at the top. So now you don't always have to use the text editor if you want to add certain elements within this within the text editor, because sometimes you won't remember some of the tags. So what you can do is you can say come to design, and then in design you're going to get this palette over here. So with here you can get things like the common things that you would normally put within an app. So let's start with the one that says image view. So if I select that there and drag it here, we also have to select an image, by the way. So the image that we're going to select is this one here that says main activity image. So it's this one, and then we click OK. So now we have our image there. Alright, so we can move it around, but the other thing I need to show you is the fact that we are using a constraint layout, and so because of that, any elements we put within the constraint layout, we need to constrain it to either the sides, the bottom, or the top. Otherwise, as you can see here, it's underlining the image view and it's giving an error. So the first thing we can do is constrain it to the left, and then you constrain it to to the right. So you can just do that by dragging these points to the left and right, and then we're gonna also constrain it to the top. All right, so let's just move it down a little bit. Just gonna put it there. That should be fine. All right, so that's one of the ways in which you can add elements into your Android activity. So you can just drag items here and then add them to your activity page there. All right, so the other way obviously is to just call out, just type in there what element you want to put next. So I want a text view, so I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to say match parent as for the left and right, and then I'm going to say wrap content. All right, so, and then after that I'm going to give it a size. I'm going to say text size, which is going to be 45 for me, SP, sorry, not DP, SP. And then the text color, obviously it's going to be the tropical blue that, oh no, sorry, text color is going to be white actually. Add color, and then we can / and say white. All right, and then the text itself, we can type it in or use whatever string resource that you added, but I'm just going to type it out here, which is going to be welcome. Okay, and there's our text over there. So I'm just going to pull this down here and then constrain it to the bottom of the image here. All right, and then after that we are going to pull it down. Oh, by the way, I'm going to add a little bit of padding here at the top. So I'm going to say padding, and then I'm just going to say 10 dp, and that should be fine. All right, so text alignment, I just want to say center. All right, okay, let's just move it up just a little bit. That should be fine. I think we should make the text a little bit bigger, so I'm going to say 65 SP. No, let's make it 55. All right, that's pretty much it. And then now we're going to add 2 buttons here. So we can either type it out the way we did here with the text view, or we can come back here by the design and just look for the button view and then just drag it here. All right, so that's the button there. So again, I'm going to constrain it to the bottom of the text view. And then I'm just going to drag it down here, and then I wanted to match the width of the parent. So let's just come back here. Why is it still showing an error? Okay, let me just constrain this to the left and then to the right. All right, so I'm gonna say match parent so that it spans the whole view, and then I'm just gonna give it a padding of let's just say 20 dp. I think that's a little big, but it's fine. And then just move it up just a tiny bit. All right, and then I'm gonna change the text here from button to sign up. Okay. All right, so now as you can see, the default color of this is purple, but this is coming from the main styling that's set up within the themes folder. So if you come back here on our project structure here, if you come here to values and then come into themes, if you were to expand this, you will see there's 2 themes here, one for the light theme. So when you change your phone from dark or from light to dark, this is where the color schemes are set up. So basically, as you can see, even this one is called night. So the color schemes that you see in here are going to be used when the phone is not changed to a dark styling or dark theme. And then if it's changed from a light to a dark theme, it's gonna then use this particular color scheme that's set up in here. But I don't want to use this because it's not gonna work. What's happening here is that the default purple color that you see here it's getting it from this particular file here, which is using a theme package, which is called wait, this is the night one. The one I'm looking for is this one. So it's using the material components, and so this thing is just gonna override whatever we do to this button here. Let me show you. For example, if I say background, right, I'm gonna say add drawable, then I'm gonna use where's the main BTN styling. So if you remember, the main BTN styling had a blue, tropical blue color, but as you can see, it's not taking effect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change here within the themes file, the one that you get under this particular folder, and then I'm gonna change this to app compact, and then dot no action bar. I don't want an action bar when our app runs. So if I were to, by changing this, if you go back to the main activity file, as you can see, it's no longer taking the default colors that are coming with the theme. And so if we hadn't done that, nothing we do here was going to work. It was never going to override. It was never going to change the color of this particular button. So now that we've changed it from that to app compact dot no action bar, it's now using the color, the color or the styling that we set up within our main button.styling.xml file. Okay, so now that we have this, I want to change that. I want to change the sizing of that text. So the text size is going to be about 30 SP. That's too big. Let's say 22 SP. That's a little bit better. And then I want to change the color as well. I'm going to say text color. Again, I'm going to say add color, and then it's going to take the dark royal purple color. I think that should be fine. Okay, so now we're going to create the let me just move this just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take we're going to create a button for the sign up page. So again, I'll come back to design, and then I'm going to drag another button and place it there, and then constrain this particular button to the sign up button and just drag it down just a little bit. Okay, so let's come back to the code, or let's just split it. So now that I've done this, I'm going to constrain it to the left and then constrain to the right. Alright, so now that we have that, the padding I gave for the first button was 20 dp. Okay, and then we're going to say 20 dp. The text is going to be sign in, and then the size is going to be, how many did I said 22 SP, and then that one is going to remain white, and then the background we're going to use the add drawable alternative BTN styling. So it's going to be add drawable and then alternative BTN styling, right? And then I want this to match the parent for the whole width. Alright, so I hope you guys can see that there. I'm just gonna take it up a bit. So that's basically it for the design of the main activity. So when this is installed on the app, it's going to then look like this. So for now we're just doing the design, but at a later stage I'll show you a video on my phone as to how the app looks. So for now this is fine. Okay, so let me just give this an ID. So we're going to give this an ID because when we come to the main activity class, the ID that we set here is how we're going to pull the button. So I'm going to change it here to sign in, and then this one as well, I'm going to change it to sign up. Now, sorry, I'm going to say sign up. I'm going to copy this. So remember, it's giving this error because we're constraining this button to the bottom of the first button, which is this one here. So when I put this ID of sign up here, and now it knows that, okay, I'm at the bottom of this particular button. Okay, so there's two methods that I want to add within the main activity class. The first method is going to take us to the sign up page, and then the second one is going to take us to the sign in page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in here in the main activity class. Let me just leave a comment here and say end of on create method. Okay, so at the top here I'm gonna get the button, so I'm gonna say button, and then I'm gonna say sign in. No, I'm gonna say sign in, and then the other one is gonna be sign up. Alright, and then let me just import this class. Okay, so down here I'm gonna create a method called go to sign up. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say public void, and then go to sign up. So you can name it whatever you want. I just want to name it so that it makes sense. And then the other thing we need to do is that any click event or any button, anything that's going to have some sort of an event, it needs to take in if it's going to point to a particular method, it needs to take into a particular parameter which is called view. So let me import this class as well. So if you don't put this in, for example, if we don't put this parameter in, when you install the app on your phone and when you point this button to this method here, and then basically we're gonna set it as an on-click event. So actually let me type it out and then I'll show you. So I'm gonna say intent, and then say intent equals to new intent, and then basically we're gonna say this button, when you click on it, it's gonna take us from the main activity class dot this, and then it's gonna take us to the sign up activity. We will create this activity shortly, and then dot class. So now it's going to give us a red warning because we don't have that intent yet. So I mean that activity yet. So then from there we're going to say start activity, and then we select this one here that says intent, and then we're going to pass in that intent we just created now. And then after that method we're going to say finish, and then save. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing for the sign in activity. So I'm going to say end of go to sign up activity. Okay, I'm going to copy this and paste it here, and then this one is going to be go to sign in, and then the same thing, it has to have that view as a parameter, and then intent, and then this one is going to change from sign up to sign in. So we just have to change that up to in, and then from there on the rest is the same as this one. Okay, so now we're going to create these two activities, the sign up and the sign in, right? And then from there let me just expand this a little bit, scroll back, and then let's just collapse that. So here we're going to click on the layout file, right click on new, say layout resource, and then we're going to call this, oh no, sorry, we have to say new, and then we're going to go down here that says activity, and then we're going to select the one that says empty activity. And then from there on we're going to create it. So we're going to say sign up activity, okay, that's correct. And then again everything just leave as is, and then click finish. Then it's going to create a resource file within our layout here. So as you can see, it did the same thing as at the main activity. It created the XML file for it, and then it also created a class called sign up activity. So if you come back here on our the first one. As you can see, now it's picking it up, it's no longer showing that error. So now we're going to do the same thing for the sign in activity. So we're going to come back here, we're going to say new activity, empty activity, and then this one is going to be the sign in activity. Leave everything as is and then click finish. Okay, so now it should pick it up, and then there should be a sign in activity within this layout folder here. Okay, so let's just close, no, let's not close it. Let's just give it a second to let the Gradle build the particular files. So, but as you can see, there's nothing in here. So the only thing we can do is just say, let's just create a text view. Right, and then it's gonna match parent and then wrap content, and then the text is going to be sign, where are we in the sign in activity. So this is going to be sign in activity, and then what else, text size is going to be, let's just say 45 SP, right? And then let's see, what else can we add? I'm just gonna put some padding here at the top, which is going to be about 10 dp. Alright, so this text view, let's just drag it down a bit and then constrain it to the top, and then, did I say padding dp? Yeah, and then just constrain it to the left and constrain it to the right. Okay, so let's just drag it down here, and that's pretty much it. And then we're gonna do the same thing in the sign up activity. So this is the sign in. Let me just set that text to the center. Text alignment will be center, and that's it. All right, so let's close the sign in activity, and then we can get to the class later on. And then the sign up activity is gonna pretty much have the same thing, where we're gonna paste it there. Let me just split it, and then let's just change the text to sign up. Text alignment center. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so we got our two activities. We will work on the profile at a later stage, and then now what we need to then do is just wire up these two buttons to the two buttons that we have here. So this one I'm gonna say on click, this is the sign up button, so this one is gonna go to the sign up, it's gonna point to the sign up method. And then this one I'm gonna say on click, it's gonna go to the go to sign in method. So now by doing that, we've basically set these two buttons so that when a user clicks on this button, sign in, it's gonna go to the sign in activity that we just set up. If they click on the sign up, it's gonna go to the sign up activity, that again, that the ones that we just created now. And then if you look in here, you'll see the two buttons I've highlighted in yellow to show that they are being utilized by something. Let's just change this text here and then save it. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for now when it comes to the main activity page. So when the app launches, it's gonna come into this one, to this particular what you call it, the activity here. And then again guys, when I install this app on the phone, I'll show a video as to how the app looks when it's installed on my phone, and what happens when you click on the sign up and sign in. in fact, I actually forgot to do something. So in the sign in, no, sorry, in the sign in activity, I'm going to add a button down here, because that button is going to go to the main activity. So I'm going to come here and drag it there, and then just I'm gonna constrain it to the bottom of that text. We're gonna do the same thing by constraining it to the left and right, and then let's just style it a bit. So this is the button. This is gonna go to back to home. That's what it's gonna say, and then padding is going to be about 10, no, what is it, yeah, 15 dp. Should it be 15 dp? Let me just make it 20 dp. That's a bit better. And then the text size is going to be about 22 sp, and then the background, let's see, let's give it the dark royal purple, and then let's just give the text color that tropical blue color. Alright, so the background of this, these two activities, it's going to be at drawable. So this one is going to be the alternative activity image. Nope, I'm wrong. At drawable. What did I say was the main BG image or alt image? Sorry about that. So that's it there. Okay. I think that's fine. So I'm gonna copy this button, and then actually let me do this. I'm gonna say on click, this one is gonna go to home, right? So it's giving that red underlining because this method doesn't exist. So let's come into the sign in activity, and then right here and then here we're gonna say go public void, and then go to home. Okay, and then we need to pass in the view parameter. Alright, again we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna say intent, right, equals new intent. Then it's gonna go from here, the sign in activity dot this, and then it's gonna go to the main activity dot class. Then we're gonna say start intent, sorry, start activity, and then we pass in that intent, and then we're gonna say finish. Okay, so let's open up the sign up activity as well. I'm gonna copy this button from here, so I'm gonna change this to, let's copy that text view 2 that we see there, and then give that as an ID to this text view, and then paste it there. And then the button should automatically come down beneath the sign up activity text. The other thing I need to do is constrain this to the top and bring it down. Alright, so now we need to copy that same method that we created here within the sign in activity, and then paste it within the sign up activity. Right, and then change that from sign in to sign up. Save it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So now let's change the background quickly for this and say background alternative. Okay, so that's pretty much it for what we needed to do within this video. So I'm gonna end it here because it's already long enough, but like I said, I'll show a video at the end of this video as to how the button how the app looks when you have it installed on your phone. And then from there on, we will then continue to work on the sign up activity within the next video after that. Okay guys, so that's it for the video. Like I said, it's already long enough, so I'm gonna end it here. And then just like I explained, what we will do within the next video is work on the sign up activity, where we're gonna add our form fields and our button, and then maybe make a bit of a change to this button, and then that's pretty much it. So again guys, thanks for watching, and again, if you've liked what you've seen so far, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys within the next video. Alright, cheers for now.